Let's start with some good news. Baby, you got some good news for us?
Yes, Ali.
Is it an offer?
I got two offers today.
Two offers? What?
Yes.
Everybody take yourselves
Yes.
off of mute and give me a woo, woo!
Yay!
All right, awesome. So tell us about the job.
Yeah, so last week I was interviewing for a data business analyst position with Cognizant. And when I spoke with the hiring manager, he was like, "Oh, they didn't tell you it was for Informatica?" I said, "No, they never told me." So he just said, "Anyway, can you just tell me about yourself?" I did. And he was like, "Wow, I like you. I like to work with you." That's the first 10 minutes. He was like, "I like to work with you. I like you." So, and he said, "There's another position." He told me it was technical lead position. He said they have a SQL Server project upgrade they want to do with one of their clients. And he said, "It's a lead position. Am I interested?" I was like, "Yes, I'm interested." So he told me, "Don't worry. You don't have to start thinking how you go about it. I have a team that will help you get you started." And he was like, "Okay." Immediately, he sent an email to the guy who is working on the project. He said, "I've sent him an email. He will call you shortly and tell you what the project is all about, and they will prepare you for the job." And then one other thing, you have opportunities to learn within Cognizant. And if there's some other position that you are interested in, we will make sure you get it. So I was like, wow, okay. So that was it. And it was a 30 minutes call, video call. And thereafter, just about 10 minutes later, the other guy called me and he started asking me questions about upgrading SQL Server. And I was like, "I told your boss I have done migration in AWS, not SQL Server." He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to ask you any technical question because it's not going to be technical." So it's like I just said, I have a feeling my guardian angels are already discussing everything for me because I don't know. And he was like, "Okay, that's just what I wanted. I just wanted to touch base. Don't worry, I've been working on this account. I will help you get started." And when he dropped, immediately I got an email from the hiring manager. He was like, the guy was impressed with my discussion with him. I was like, I don't even know what I discussed with this guy, but he was impressed. And so he just told me, "I've sent an email to HR." That was last week, but I didn't want to say because I wasn't sure. So he said he has sent an email to HR. That was Wednesday. And he said it was a holiday. They will get back to me yesterday. And yesterday, I didn't get any call. I was like, okay. So this morning, I just got a call. First thing, I didn't even know when I applied for the job. I don't know whatever salary negotiation, nothing. So the hiring manager just told me in process, "Okay, we'll just work with the pay that you negotiated, you agreed on." I didn't even know, but I just kept saying yes, yes, yes. So it's this morning that HR called me and told me about the pay and yeah. And then the second one, um, it's Hind. It's the company where Hind is working. She just pinged me on Basecamp, and she was like, "There's a data warehouse developer position." Um, her recruiter just asked her if she can refer someone. She doesn't know if I'm interested. I said, "Oh yeah." So she gave my contact to the lady. She called me, and we had a phone discussion. And she I was supposed to have a 30 minutes video call with the hiring manager. And during the call, he asked me a question about SSIS. He was like, do I know how to like load data from source to data warehouse? And I told him yes. And I said, well, before I have a project I worked on. So do you mind if you have 5 minutes, I could like show you the project and then explain. It will be better if I show you and explain. So he was like, yeah, go ahead. So I opened my supply chain project and I just did it the same way I did for the CAP competition. And when I finished, it was already 38 minutes gone. And he was like, oh, I know we scheduled this meeting for 30 minutes, but it's already past 30 minutes. Do you still have some more time for us to discuss? I was like, yes. So I didn't even know this guy was going to ask me challenging questions. He started asking me some questions about some tables. I couldn't even figure what he was talking about. If I have to load billions of rows from the source to destination. So the one thing, some of them I didn't know how to answer, but I didn't want to let him know I couldn't answer. So I just started explaining. I was like, I really know I've worked on this. I really know what I'm doing. So I started talking about source control. I was just bringing up some of those. And he was like, yeah, you are on the right track. But I said, it's in my head. I know I can do better, you know. And then we talked for over an hour. And then, that was it. And after the interview, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, I didn't do well. The questions he asked me. So the recruiter called me and I told her the same thing. I said, well, I showed him my project. He was impressed. He asked me some questions. I know I did my best on some of them, but some, I don't know. I wrote my thank you letter, sent to them, and I forgot about it. But they called me, the recruiter called me last week and she said they want to schedule me for 2 interviews, a panel interview for 1 hour and another interview with the director. So it was supposed to take place, it's supposed to take place tomorrow. So I was preparing for that. And yesterday I got another call for another interview here in South Carolina. And I mixed up the timing, the East, since I'm from Pacific zone, I'm confused with Pacific, Eastern, and Central. So I was struggling to figure out how to fix the timing. I got a call from the recruiter. She was like, Vivian, my client has decided not to do a second interview, no third interview, and they are going to have a meeting tomorrow and discuss and they'll confirm somebody. Do you want me to represent you for the offer? I was like, yes. And then just this morning, she called me and she said, she has the offer for me. And she just asked for my address. It's like she's sensing that I have another job because she's like, send me your address. Let me start sending you the equipment and everything for the onboarding process. So I'm in the middle. Here I am from nothing to struggling to decide which position I'm going to take.
So that's excellent. What has your journey been like going through Colaberry?
Ali, it's been a tough one. I joined Colaberry 2015.
Oh, wow.
I did the program. I didn't do the mortgage. I just did the boot camp and I wanted to continue with the mortgage, but I just want to be open here and share because I believe my story is going to motivate people. It has always been motivating my friends and people who know me, so I want to share now. So when I did the program, my plan was to continue with the mortgage, but for some reason, I took the course because I found myself, I was involved in this domestic violence thing. I just moved to the US. It was a nightmare for me. So I took the program, completed. I wanted to do the mortgage, I couldn't do it because I left, I ran away from wherever I was to a friend's house. I was sleeping on the floor and doing this course.
Wow.
When I wanted to do the mortgage, there was no internet in her. She had this $20 kind of internet. I couldn't even download anything. I couldn't work. She was controlling everything, so I dropped off. And I went through the stress every day of my life until last year. I had an opportunity. I said to myself, that was 2009, November. I said to myself, I need to go back to Colaberry. There is something in Colaberry. I don't know what, but I have to do it. So I retook the program. I contacted Ali and I told him, Ali, I want to, and I started the program, and it was better than 2015 because I used to do it and cry in 2015. But 2019, it was easier for me. And the one thing I would like to tell everyone listening to me, teamwork is key. Being selfless with your time, helping people out with their homework. You think they're disturbing you, but you are learning twice or even 3 times. That is what helped me. I used to spend my time helping others with the mortgage project. Sometimes I'll wake up midnight after having figured out something nobody could figure. I will call my team, my friends. I'll be like, I got it, and I'll send it. That's what motivated me. When I finished with the boot camp, mortgage, I was like, how will I figure it? I was working full time. My kids, as a single mom, it was hard for me. So I just had an opportunity. I had surgery and I had to be home for 3 months. So I said to myself, this is the right time. So I took upon the mortgage and then got to phase 1. And here I am today. It was still tough, with all of the stress in California and all what was going on. It was hard on me. I kept applying for jobs when they launched me, but nothing was forthcoming. Even the ones that came up, Ali, I remember my first interview, I had chest pain. That chest pain was from nervousness and not sure of what I was going to say, what I was going in for. But I made it, and practice is key. Today, when I'm booking an interview, I'm like, yes, come on, I'm ready for you. And I just see it flowing, like every day when I'm talking to them, talking to a panel, it's nothing to me. The first interview I had 4 people on that panel. It was my first interview. Honestly, I was afraid. I was so nervous, Ali, but today, even if there's 6 people, I will talk and talk and talk non-stop. So a big thank you to everybody. That's every team member. One way or the other, you contributed. And Ali, you are the king. Let me put it this way, because I remember the first time I applied for the internship, I was struggling with like giving up my full-time job to do the internship, being a single mom, meeting the needs of my kids, my mom. I couldn't do it. I remember you sent me an email when I told you I'm figuring out how to resign. You just said no. That no, I hated you for that moment. To be honest with you, I was like, Ali does not know what. But at the same time, I used it as a stepping stone. At that point, I said, I must make Ali know that I can do this thing. So I figured out my schedule and I switched my job from day shift to PM shift so I could meet up. And in California, it was so tough getting a job. I made up my mind. I got depressed at some point. I had to go for therapy. It was so bad. I just moved to South Carolina a month ago. And since I moved, every single day I've been getting interviews, I've been getting phone calls, and that is my story. I will say it loud. Please don't give up. I gave up once, but I came back. Thank you so much, Ali. Mika, thank you. Mika, thank you so much for everything. I know how it went. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So what does this mean for you and your family moving forward?
Whew. Ali, yesterday, before even getting the offer, I started looking for a better place to live. And my son I just told him I have a feeling I will get a job this week. And he was dancing all over the place. Ali, I'm just moving from, I don't know from, how do they say it? I don't know. Ali, I'm right up there when it comes to financial wise. My debts, I believe I'm going to clear my debts in no time, and I'm going to live a peaceful, a better life with my family. I'll give my kids the opportunity that I've not had for the past 9 years I've been in the US. I believe now is the time for me to make up for them.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, so this is a pretty big opportunity for you from 2015 to dropping out to coming back. Like, what is it about Colaberry that you were so committed that you knew? It's almost like you knew if you just stuck to it, you would get the results.
First thing, when I did the program in 2015, the curriculum at that time, I'd never seen something like that. So it is perfect. The curriculum is just so good. And then the instructors, whenever I listened to Abdullah, when I was watching his videos, I was like, wow. And then when I got to the mortgage part of it, seeing myself being able to do those interviews on camera, and then not only doing the interview, but relating it to a job. I used to call it virtual job. Relating it to a job that I have done, it is just so different. Before I started this program, I did the AWS Solutions Architect class. And when I finished the class, they had promised me, we'll help you get a job. Nothing ever happened. But that is the difference. Colaberry keeps to that promise. You can trust in the system and it works. And I'm already talking to friends. When any of my friends talk to me, I'm like, go check out my LinkedIn. Go check out my LinkedIn. You will see the difference. And that is the difference Colaberry is making out there.
Well, I do remember, I remember you, Vivian, coming to me at different points in the program. Hey, Ali, I really need to start submitting now, and I'm like, you're not ready. And she was like, but I have to, and I just told her what she needed to do to become successful. That I may not give you the answer that you want to hear, but I'm always going to be truthful with you and tell you what is going to give you the best chance of success. And I told her, you need to, you need to keep going. I remember because, I see on Thursday nights, Addie has her classes that she does for the SSIS. So sometimes I'm walking by her in the house and I'll look and see. And I always saw Vivian on there, when she was going through her mortgage project. So I always saw her putting in that effort. And then with the 2 offers that she got today, guys, oh my goodness, talk about life changing, and she did it, and she should be very proud of herself because she went through a lot of, that's what this is about, that's what this whole program is about. It's about perseverance because it's like the epitome of life, right? If you don't come right, life just grabs you, it spits you out, right? You're always going to have some type of hardship. You're always going to have something that you have to overcome. Okay, that's just how life is, right? And so if you can try to figure it out and keep on going, even when it hurts, okay, even when you don't get ideal results, that's life. You don't know what you're going to get. You just keep on working and hustling. And then eventually it turns around for you, right? But you got to be positive about it, okay? And that's the important thing is you have to be focused, you have to be positive, you have to understand that, hey, this is bigger than just getting a job, okay? This is changes your whole trajectory on life, okay? It changes all of that because like Vivian said, it's not going to take her long to get out of debt. Yeah, now it seems overwhelming when you're bringing pennies in. But when you're able to throw some money at that, boom, knock that stuff out, right? And then you find yourself in a position where, you know what, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. I actually have some money left over. Now it's time to figure out what to do with that, right? So now you start looking at investments and then things to get your money working for you. That's what you have to do. You got to get your money working for you because just making money based off of what you do, that's not how you build wealth. That's just, it's not going to last. Okay. Even when you are making money, you got to figure out where to put that money so it can start making money for you. But once you get it making money for you, man, like it's a beautiful thing. But you can't get to that point until you got to do the labor, the hard work, the figuring it out, working your way up to where you can get that amount of money. Then you can start making those big boy and big girl moves on the other side. Like you're supposed to take advantage of the American dream. There's a whole nother element that you guys haven't experienced that you're going to get to experience. But the first step is getting through this program and then making the type of money where you can see that other side, right? So congratulations to Vivian. Does anybody have any questions for her?
No questions, of course, but just want to say congratulations. And y'all, if y'all had heard her earlier, she was just crying so hard. I was talking to her earlier. She was like, big, so, but I am so proud of her. Like before she even told me she got an offer, when I saw she sent me like this little, you know, you can do your little voice thing on WhatsApp or whatever. So she sent me this voice out. So I said, well, let me listen to it real quick. So I'm listening to it. And she was just like, I just don't know where to begin. And immediately I was just like, oh my gosh, she got an offer. I already know. And so then she just starts talking and I was just like, and next thing you know, she just starts bawling. I don't know. I'm just, thank you. I just don't know what to do. So again, so proud of you. I know you worked really hard. Vivian was that one that every time she got an interview, she would always reach out to me and say, hey, this is what I got. You know, can you help me out with this? And then she's one of those, I've already told my mentor and we already have something scheduled and yada, yada, yada. And things weren't going right for her and her mentor. She asked me, can you move me to this another mentor? This is who I prefer. I don't have nothing against this one, but I like this one. We've worked together. We do really well. And so it's paid off. So my thing about it is that I appreciate your determination, you not giving up. And there were times where I had to tell her, I said, just keep your head up. What's for you is going to be for you. So I'm very proud of you. I'm so excited and congratulations. And again, we're going to be here. Even when you get in the field, we're going to be right there walking with you. Okay. Until you're saying we no longer need you anymore. Okay. So, but congratulations. So, and we'll talk so that way we can figure out which offer you're going to take.
Thank you, Mika.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
I forgot my closing. Welcome to Sequel Money.
Oh, thank you so much.